of reasons. For example, the pentagram was, for a long time, a Christian symbol for the 5 senses we possess, while simultaneously symbolizing the 5 wounds of Christ. It's pithy enough that our senses are paralleled with suffering, but that's not where it stops. Space is 3-dimensional, while the 4th dimension is referred to as space-time. Time is above space, seeing as it contains multiple iterations of the same objects arranged differently at different points in time. Human beings, though, have consciousness, which can safely be assumed to constitute personhood or personality. And we see things not as they are in space-time, but tools that can serve a purpose. We see everything as relative to our consciousness, and if personhood or personality is composed of 5 dimensions, our consciousness is 5-dimensional. Following the Christian representations, our eternal soul, which possesses free will, may best be represented by our conscience. Considering scientists have failed to find any materially grounded explanation for consciousness, I'm quite comfortable with attributing it with a transcendental nature. Our consciousness manifests over space and time, but it does not belong there, hence our impulse to reconnect with a higher power. This is the motif behind religion, and it gets intriguing when other belief systems are inserted into the scheme. If the 5th dimension is inhabited by conscious human beings, and the 3rd is inhabited by animals due to their lack of consciousness, then it would follow that the 4th is inhabited by beings between animals and humans. Behold, I give you Muslims. I paraphrase St. Alphonsus Liguori when I say that Islam is fit for beasts. Their creed fits the dimensional concept perfectly, as the 4th dimension is time and they pursue their extension over it inordinately, raping and having relationships with minors just as their prophet did, leaving behind innumerable descendants. And the 6th dimension, unmistakably represented by a hexagram, is Judaism. Allow me to be esoteric, but if physical reality can be represented by a cube, let's see what each religion does to it. While the Muslims bow before it, the Christians unfold it, thus unraveling a cross and proceed to get nailed to it, enduring the pain meaningfully and voluntarily. The Jews, on the other hand, tilt it. Just as a hexagon is a tilted cube, Judaism subverts reality, as is reflected in their fickle and inconsistent law, which expressly tells Jews to lie about the content of the Talmud when anyone asks about it. The hexagram that is called by them the Star of David can also represent Remphan, one of the gods the Jews engaged in idolatry with. Considering how often they do it in both the Old and New Testament, I'd say this is likely. Another interesting factoid is that Remphan means Saturn in Old Persian, and there's a hexagon on Saturn's pole. Not convinced? How about the fact that, in the New Testament, Remphan is paired with Moloch, the Canaanite god of child sacrifice? Suddenly things like Pizzagate, circumcision and open secret, and Planned Parenthood's fetal body part trafficking start clicking together and making a whole lot more sense. Check the star on the idol of Moloch placed outside of the Colosseum and tell me what it looks like. There are plenty of interesting considerations to be derived from this, such as the etymology of the word Kabbalah from Jewish mysticism, Kaaba meaning cube and Allah meaning God, or how the Pythagorean tetrad represents the 4th dimension pretty well at that. The one we'll be covering the most in the next video, however, is the answer to the question of where all this wickedness comes from. After all, Adam and Eve didn't eat the apple out of their own resolve. The serpent led them to it. Take note, because soon enough you'll stop thinking that demons are cool and realize demons are actually cold. Get your coats ready, folks. We're heading south.